I am so grateful for this insight, but there is so much more I have to learn. And you're just so grateful in that moment to be part of the Lord's kingdom, and that he still is willing to teach you, and he loves you enough to correct you, and every now and then to give you that deeper insight. And those people that walk away, they can't receive that anymore. They cut themselves off. And it just hurts my heart so much, because there was maybe a time in my life when that could have happened to me. And graciously, it never did. I never got to that point of pride and of arrogance where I cut myself off completely from the Lord and from his kingdom, and so it hurts when you see people who do that, because they do not know. They know not what they do, honestly. I mean, they have no idea what they're missing out on because of the pride that they've put in their way.
Yeah, I think the verse, is in section 76, or wherever it is, but it talks about them choosing to be a law unto themselves, where they just...
That's right, yeah.
They don't want to elect to be accountable to the Lord's law, like to a moral standard that comes from anywhere other than themselves. And then that's the pride aspect of it, right? Of course. Like it's never the one thing they talk about, or the straw that broke the camel's back. It really comes down to they just want to do what they want to do, and they don't want to hold themselves accountable to objective moral truth. And the church provides very clear moral objective truth. Like it's light that shines right in your face, and you cannot ignore it. So if when you have the least bit of pride, it can be a very bright light shining in your eyes, and it can can understand, like, when you have pride, like why you want to get away from that as much as you can, because you want to be a law unto yourself. And having that bright light shown upon you, right? It provides, you can't hide from it. And that's what they desperately are trying to do. They're trying to hide from it. So that's why they create all the justifications, and they go and try to find that one thing that sounds weird or sounds wrong, 150 years ago. Or whatever, and then that's why they grab onto those things so hard, because that's all they've got to try to cover themselves from the light, so they can live in the shadows of their own pride. But
I have to
the just to the point of like why it hurts your heart so much. I think it really just comes down to the fact, because we know what they're missing.
Yeah, and they don't.
We know what they're not able to see. We see what they're unable to see, and we know the benefit that comes from being able to see it. We understand the joy that comes from discerning the light and truth, and seeking after it, and chasing after it. And like when you see someone that's so close to it, and they just can't, and they for whatever reason they don't pursue it. It's like we just see all the lost potential that they could have, and I think that's what hurts the most.
One of the things I have found most beneficial in marriage and being married, this will connect, I promise. I'm going to weave this back in.
Okay.
My wife is very good at reminding me of things that I may have done yesterday or a week ago or a month ago. That's like, why did you do that? And I find myself often saying, I have no idea why I made that choice, or why I did what I did. There's no good explanation for it. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.